Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I talk all things natural beauty and skincare, nutrition, non-toxic living and real life wellness, including the messy parts. I did initially have another video planned, but I felt like this was something that really was important to talk about. This week was an overeating week. I went over my calories, I think throughout the whole week. And I think it's something I'd like to discuss because this is about real life and not perfection. The emotional side, which then affected the discipline side, is for two reasons. The first reason was because what triggered it was the fact that I went to bed one night at the beginning of the week and I dreamt about somebody that I used to want to know. And if you watch my previous video that I talked about decluttering people out of your life and staying away from negative people and negative energy, that it was a person that I had to get rid of who was extremely negative, and quite mean towards me and had a very arrogant way of being. And they come into my dream with that same behavior. And so that was, I think, the first catalyst of me waking up. You know, when you have a dream, I don't know if anybody's ever experienced this, when you have a dream that feels real. So when I woke up, I felt like the person was in the room with me and it threw me off balance. It affected my emotions in a negative way. And then from that night, throughout the rest of the week, I just kept having late nights. I just was not going to bed on time. I'm usually in bed by a certain time, and I was, for some reason, I don't know, self-sabotaging, just purposely was staying up so late and waking up the next day tired. And sleep is something, when you are on your weight loss journey and that you want to live like a healthier lifestyle, you want to lose a few pounds, sleep is going to be imperative for you to lose weight, because if you do not get enough sleep, you are going to overeat. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. I did not get my 10K steps in. That had nothing to do with my emotions. That was more down to my lack of energy. I was depleted this week. It happens to me sometimes. I have some weeks where I'm just have no energy. I'm just so depleted. I used to struggle with anemia. So with all those three aspects in, it was just, I decided to just have a week where it was like, you know what, it's not going right, let's go. And what I want to touch on is how easy it is not to do the work. It's so much easier to not do it. And I even said it while I was doing it. This is so much easier. When I was going for my walks, I was still going for walks, but obviously I wasn't purposely going for 10K. I was like, you know, walking to the shops or walking down here, but it's so easy to just eat what I want and not calorie count. I didn't calorie count. I did in the mornings. And then when I knew I'd already gone over the calories, I stopped and was like, there's no point. Let's just go for whatever we want to eat. And it's so easy to do it that way. And I was happy with the fact that it was so easy. I was like, I'm tired of feeling so strict and restricted. And I'm actually fine with this. I'm okay. I'm just doing what I want. And I was eating, doing what I wanted to do. This is what I want to do. I don't want to restrict myself. And I felt like I had freedom. Even though I knew I didn't have freedom, I felt like lying to myself was a good idea. Bear in mind, we are losing weight on this channel naturally. We're not relying on slimming tablets or slimming injections. We're doing all this naturally. But I've mentioned in my TikTok videos before that weight loss reminds me, or anything that you're doing in life, always reminds me of the stock market. The stock market doesn't just go up and up and up and up. You have ups and downs, there's mountains, there's valleys. But I always believe in, it's not when you're getting hit, it's what you do when you're down that is so much more important than having the downs. You're going to have ups and downs sometimes. Things are going to happen. You know, your weeks aren't always going to be planned perfectly. And when they are planned perfectly, I'm really grateful for those times. But there are going to be other times where things aren't perfect and you will have stumbling blocks and things happening where it's not perfect. So now I want to share with you gentle tools that I am using while I'm resetting. And I'd say number one is I'm remaining hydrated. I'm still drinking 2 liters of water a day, especially in this weather. I'm still drinking my 2 liters a day, regardless of me not doing walks or I am doing walks or going over my calories. I'm making sure I'm remaining hydrated. Number two would be calming walks. Like I said previously, I'm still going for walks, but I'm not pushing myself to 10K. I'm doing things where if I need to go to the shops or I need to go to pick up some dry cleaning, I'm consciously walking there without driving there or trying to take a bus or train. I am walking there, but I know that it's not a long walk. It's just a short, calming walk. I may not be getting 10,000 steps in this week, but I'm getting 7,000 or 6,000. But I'm still moving and doing housework and being active, just not as full on as a normal week where I would be, okay, this is my goal, losing 2 pounds this week. I'm gonna crush it. Not having that mindset. I'm calming down. I'm having to listen to my body and slow down, still doing what I'm doing, but not so excessively. Number three is returning back to whole foods. So even if you are struggling that week or you're struggling that day, and you are eating things that you know are going to go past your calorie deficit, return back to whole foods. I would still have a small bowl of whole foods, whether it was fish, some vegetables, or a salad, even if I had still eaten pizzas or too much pizza or donuts or cake, whatever it was, I would return back to the whole food. So eventually, when you keep doing that anyway, it changes your mindset. The habit will come in instinctively. So I remember during the week, I think in the middle of the week, I remember just wanting to eat food. I just wanted to rebel. So I just wanted to eat food. And I ended up picking flat peaches. And I just kept eating peaches. And so I think peaches are like, I don't know, for 140 calories, nothing huge. And then I wanted to eat again. So I ended up eating loads of watermelon because you will naturally change. It will happen naturally because the more you keep returning back to whole foods, when you do fall off or you are eating things that you will affect your calorie deficit, you are so used to eating whole foods that they don't have the same effect. So the habit just needs to be installed. The old you will always try and fight back, but the more you keep going and not give up, the new you will always win. Number four, this is optional, but possibly taking a social media break. Like I said before, with the not sleeping, if you're on social media too much, that may affect your time when you're going to sleep. So maybe having a little detox. I had a fast off of social media just to get back into the habit of just going back to sleep without the phone and then getting a good night's sleep. That could really help. But I mean, that's optional. Do what you want. Some people spend time on social media looking at nutrition videos. So do you need a break? That's really down to you. But it's a good idea, especially if you are struggling with sleep. So if you're spending hours before you go to bed on the phone, it can really affect you settling down and sleeping. And as I said before, it's so important. You need sleep. If you're going to do this, you want to do this properly. Sleep is so important. And number five is just making a simple reset plan. And mine is really simple, really, really simple. All it is don't condemn yourself, don't feel guilty. Look at the day as a brand new, fresh day and like it never happened and just keep going. That's my reset plan. There isn't, three ways of doing this or just do it. You've done it now, brush yourself off and go again. Like it never happened. Like it never happened. And look at all the other things you have done while you have fallen, which is you keeping yourself hydrated. You have done other things. You've eaten a few peaches. You've eaten some watermelon. You have done other things, and highlight those factors more so than highlighting what you haven't done. Highlight on what you have done. And that would be like a simple reset plan. It's just Monday is a new day, you know, and it's an excuse to, if you really just, it's a lot, then it's like, well, Monday, just start again on Monday. And that's it. And sit there and dwell on what you've already done. It's done now. And you just go back to Monday. And for me, it always, I said to myself today, actually, you look how far you've already come. You're already doing it. It doesn't mean anything. You're already coming, you know, I've already lost over 30 pounds. My weigh-in days are once a week. I already know I either haven't moved or may have put on a pound or two, but it doesn't mean anything because I'm already doing it. So I'm already on the way, and I'm not expecting me to go up and up and up and up. I am expecting mountains and valleys, and so I'm ready for that. I was ready for it when I took on the whole assignment of losing weight. I wasn't expecting me to just, well, actually I was, but now I'm in it. I don't expect it. I don't expect it. I do expect the times you may trip, times you may fall. People might even try and make you trip or make you fall. That's fine. It's never about the mistakes or the falls. It's about how you deal with the falls and what you're going to do next. So just brush it off, reset, go again. So lastly, I would like to touch on lessons and encouragement, and what I've learned this week from falling off the wagon, what you'd call it, or overeating the calories, is that it doesn't mean anything. And the reason why it doesn't mean anything is because you have to be committed to yourself. And if you're committed to yourself, you just keep going. It doesn't mean, it's kind of like any commitment, any marriage. Just because you have problems in your relationship doesn't mean you just up and leave. You don't just, anytime there's a problem, you just quit and say, I'm getting divorced. Because if that's the case, you will do that in every situation that you go into. Every new relationship will be the same. And the most important relationship is the relationship you have with yourself. So if I'm committed to myself, it doesn't matter if mistakes are made. What matters is I just keep trying my best. I keep giving my best. Even when there are times where I'm not doing things right, I get up and I do my best next time. And that is a true commitment to yourself. And if you've made the decision that you want that better life, you want to eat better, you want to feel better, it's just about being committed to yourself. And that means when you do fall off the wagon and you do consume 5,000 calories that day, that you know that you are committed to yourself. So it doesn't have meaning. It doesn't mean anything because you're going to do what you need to do for yourself anyway, even when there are ups and downs. Doesn't mean anything. I would love to invite you to reflect on your own week and how you can kindly move forward with yourself if you're on the same journey or a similar journey, because it's all about being kind to yourself and not beating yourself up when you feel that you've possibly gone the wrong way or gone the wrong route. It doesn't particularly necessarily mean that. It's just all about perspective. So you can drop a comment and let me know what you've been doing or maybe mistakes you've made and how you can overcome them. And we can kind of share and work on this journey together. Overeating can sometimes just mean that your body is calling for something more, whether that is more rest, more nutrition, or setting even stronger boundaries. Sometimes that's all it is when you are doing these things, it can just mean your body's calling that it's not in the right environment. I want to thank you for spending time with me today. If this video has helped you or you've had a week like mine, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're interested in non-toxic living, wellness, nutrition, please like, comment and subscribe. Hit that bell so you don't miss the next one. See you next time.